All right, Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, also known as the United Snakes of America, in absolute free fall right now. All right? To wake up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminola, Speckled Bird, all right? To get you to repent, acknowledge your offense, pray for forgiveness, and get back into the ordinances of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai found in this book. All right, the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, and first and foremost, and as always, all praise is due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elder that came before them that taught us his truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity. The hopeful elect tabernacle of David. Shout out to the brother Azamawaf. All right, and yeah, we're gonna start right here. All right, after that fucking clown show that they call the debt ceiling ritual, right? I was praying that they would go ahead and make their move, but apparently they need more time. I believe that their infrastructure isn't set up yet, but nonetheless, all right, their time is short, so they got to pull something. They got to pull a fast Freddy on that ass real quick. So, this is Matthew 6:22. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Water. Water to the brother, right? Always on time. And that light, right, goes into, or the eye, right? The eye, Salaki. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Okay? And when you speak of that light, okay, that's your spirit, right? And your spirit has a seat or a throne, which is your pineal gland, all right? The seat of the soul, as they call it. So you notice how it didn't say your eyes, plural, it said your eye, or your third eye, or however you want to look at it, your mind's eye. What is your mind's eye? Okay? So when it says full of light, right? That light is this knowledge, right? All right? And to be enlightened, if you will. Like Lucifer, right? Means the enlightened ones, or light bearer, right? Lucifer is not something bad when you understand, right? Just like the word occult, right? There's nothing bad about the word occult. It just has a negative connotation that was placed upon it because these demons are using it for their left-handed purposes. The word occult simply means hidden. Okay? Hidden. All right? This whole book, the true meaning of this book is hidden. It's a mystery. Okay? And so when you're dealing with this light, if the light of the body is the eye, right? Salaki. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Okay? Well, we're the body, right? I'm the toe, right? Yahweh Shai is the light. Okay? All right? On the left-hand side, right, they say that, oh, the light is the sun and the light is Horus, the eye of Horus and all of that. Right? Well, there's a right hand, so there's a righteous side. There's two sides. False balance is an abomination to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Therefore, you got both sides. Okay? The Most High created the evil. He created good and evil. So you can't say that one is bad. Good and evil are perfect. All right? And this proves it. We can prove that good and evil are perfect. But you have to, it's spiritually discerned, right? This is of the spirit. And he said Lucifer is okay. This is Ecclesiastes 3:1. Right? What does this mean? Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything. Okay? To everything. It doesn't say to everything except for. It says to everything. There is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. Okay? All right? Right now, we're in the time of wickedness. We're in the time of Satan's rule on the earth. And when I say Satan, I mean his physical counterpart, the nation of Edom. Okay? We're in his wicked kingdom, trying to make it through so that the light will come and the earth will be ruled in righteousness the way that it was supposed to be. From here to forever after. All right? So there's a time, there's a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. All right? I'm going to jump down to 8 like we do. A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. So that's the good and bad. All right? All right? Good and evil have their place, right? The Most High created both. Now let me go to the end here. And Yahweh Shai tells you himself. This is in red letters. This is Revelation 22:16. I, Yahweh Shai, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright and morning star. What does that mean? It means the Lucifer. I am the one, right, with the light, the bright light. He's the light. He's the Lucifer. He's the morning star. Lucifer translates into morning star. All right, how about that? Okay? Right now, the Lucifer, the light bearer, right? The one with the information that is hidden, right? Is the nation of Edom. These Edomites, they know who we are. They know what happens next. They got the information. All right? And they're trying to hide it. They're trying to cover the faces of the judges and the covering cast of all the people, all the nations. Right? That was his job, was to go and deceive the nations so that he could hold on to the light. Well, guess what? Right now, the light is being used to expose, right? So that everybody can know, have this knowledge. The knowledge is being shown to who? To the elect. All right? So the light, Matthew 6 and 22, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Okay? But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light is if therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? Right? No man can serve two masters. Now, what is that talking about? If the light that is in thee be darkness, what? It says, if therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, what is that? That's Lucifer. That's the knowledge of evil. Okay? Which is what these devils who are in power right now, this is how they exercise their power. This is how they stay in power. Okay? This devil knows this. This is the light for the devil. If I keep these niggas in sin, I get to continue to rule. That is the light. That's knowledge. That's wisdom for him on the left-hand side. Okay? If I could keep these niggas ignorant to who they actually are, if I could keep them from calling on the name Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, that's Hebrew hopscotch, that's not a language, and who's saying that right now? You got niggas in the truth, claiming to be in the truth, wearing fringes, purple and gold, saying, don't use that name, don't use the Lashawan Kodash. You were raised on it, but now you're saying don't do it. Who are you working for? You're clearly working for the other side. And you got paid for it. It's not hard for a man of the Lord, of the hopeful elect, right? It's not hard to add that up. Wait a minute, here you are on record, nigga, breaking down the name correctly, right? And here you are saying don't use it. Here you are right now coming back to the Lashawan Kodash. And the Elder Apostle Tahar is so funny, right? I was just listening. I was listening to him on the way over here, and he goes, General Nathanya Alaga, General Nathanya Alaga, just saying that, right? He said that shit, and it's just hilarious because he's making fun of this nigga, right? Who will tell you, right, that not to use the Lashawan Kodash, not to use the name of the Most High and the Son, right? And then turn around with a double mind and then do it. General Nathanya Alaga, what? You mean the guy that you were back at One West, who broke down the name perfectly? So what do you want your parishioners to believe now? Not to use the Lashawan Kodash? Does everybody get to change their name from Yiddish to the Lashawan Kodash now? In a minute, you're going to be using the name again. And guess what? You're going to be broke. You're going to get your money took. And not only that, if you start using the name now, they're going to kill you. They have license to kill you. Sign that deal. Right? It's pretty easy to see that you signed the deal. Right? At first, we had to be careful with what we said. right? But through the Spirit, it's pretty easy to see. With all the flip-flopping, the double-mindedness going on, it's pretty easy to see. You know? I just had a conversation with my brother Azim Awad. I was just about to start the camp. The brother walked up. I thought I knew what I was going to say. And then everything changed, and that's how it happens. Let me get this. This is a James 1:8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Okay? So you can't go from Bishop Nathaniel, right? You can't go from Bishop Nathaniel, which everybody knows you by, back to General Nathaniel Alaga, which is what you were at One West. Okay? I remember Nathaniel said, when I came to the truth, you were Nathaniel 7. So it's too much, man. It's too much. So this is you. There are so many scriptures that show you, especially now in these last days, right? You're jumping off the pages. Okay? Double-minded man, that's you. Waxing worse and worse, that's you. All right? There's so many. In the last days, scoffers, false teachers must come. Right? Ain't no microchips. We in June. And guess what? We in June. Right? And what? The brother Amawanga Bar says we really in June now, right? Because the lady comes out of Whole Foods and says, well, I got the brain C-hip so that I could go in and out of Whole Foods. Huh? Huh? It's got to be a setup. Who would advertise, well, hey, I went and got the C-hip. I got the brain C-hip just so I could go in and shop at Whole Foods. That right there, okay? She didn't say for many, many things. I only got this C-hip for many things. No, she said I got it to go buy and sell, to go get food, right, at the Whole Foods. That's what she said. I got the Whole Foods brain chip. Huh? What is that? Explain that. Explain it. Well, okay, so you got a nigga on record several times. You got many niggas. Oh, it's in the left hand. It's in the left hand. That's not in the scriptures. It's in the left hand. So if they get the brain chip and they insert it under the ear, that's not the forehead? Is that what you're going to say? That's not the forehead. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing to your followers? Right? And I'm going to call them followers because you're leading your followers straight into the ditch. And it's absolutely clear that you're fulfilling your part in prophecy. Right? Does it matter where they put the C-hip as long as it is dealing with your brain? Oh no, it says forehead. So here's what you're saying. The word forehead, what does that translate? We're dealing with translations, transliteration. What does the word forehead mean? What was, okay, you got John, the Revelator, on the Isle of Patmos. What language was he speaking? And what came out of his mouth to the scribe? If there was a scribe, did he write it himself? Whatever language was being used that was originally written down, okay, what was that word? Was it forehead? It absolutely was not. Okay? And I'm just saying this to say this. What did he mean? Did he mean forehead? Or is that where we're at today? You got to take these things into consideration. You can't suddenly just jump up and say, he said forehead and it only means right here between the eyes. He said left hand. He said right hand. This is English after the fact. Okay? A prudent man, right? Let's get that. A prudent man. I don't even know. The Spirit is saying, get a prudent man. What is it? Looketh well to his going. Proverbs 14 and 15. The simple believeth every word, but a prudent man looketh well to his going. I'm going to give you an example of that. Okay? In GMS, we call it looking up words. Right? You say, well, what does that mean? What could they have meant? Here it is, we're reading this in English. Right? And we understand that that's a translation. We understand the meaning of transliteration. We understand languages and how things might get what they call lost in translation. So let's do a little research and find out, try to get closer to the essence of what was being said. Okay? Because you can't take for granted, you can't believe every word, right? You have to search the scriptures to find out if these things are true. Okay? Especially, okay, for example, all right? IUIC is kind of like the Catholic Church, where the priests read the Bible to you and tell you what it means, and you're not allowed to go and read along or to have a different opinion of what it says or not. You do what they tell you. We're the brain for you. This is what the IUIC is. Okay? And those churches, right, are described in the scriptures, right? Okay? There are many examples of this type of behavior, if you will. Okay? Where you just trust in what an obvious snake oil salesman is giving you without looking into it. You got to look into it anyway to decide whether this guy who has a track record of flip-flopping, and all you got to do is hear the stories. I mean, there's something called your reputation precedes you, right? Meaning whatever you did and the word that comes back, you got to watch out for this guy and, see if his behavior has changed or if he's still doing what was said about him. right? And it's clear. When you can pull up a 20-year-old video of a man that's breaking down the name of the Lord in the Lashwan Kodash perfectly, then today, 20 years later, he's attacking the Lashwan Kodash. Refuses to use the name. Okay, so either one of two things happen. You know better. You know that what you were taught was wrong, and now you know better and you can prove that. Or you got paid not to say these things. Now, a prudent man, it's pretty easy to see what's going on. Let's look at this in the NLT. Only simpletons believe everything they're told. Going back to the Catholic Church. You can't read and study the scriptures for yourself. That's against the Catholic Church. There's a problem right there. I got to believe what you're saying. And here it is, you got money, and people are handing you money. I'm broke. And I'm supposed to roll with that? What's the reasoning behind it? I can't look into it. I just got to have what they call blind faith? No. Nope. Don't work that way. Only simpletons believe everything they're told. The prudent carefully consider their steps. It is incumbent upon you or each individual. Oh, we got to get that. Salakia. This is what this camp was built on, right? I appreciate what my brother Ismawath just said to me, right? We've come such a long way. But for a time, I had to depend on Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Do what? Salaki, bear with me. What happened here? Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. It says this, Proverbs 14 and 15 in the NLT. Only simpletons believe everything they're told. The prudent carefully consider their steps. Okay? What does it mean to consider your steps? It means to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Okay? Yeah, we're learning from certain men. Right? That doesn't mean you go back and check. Right? Acts 17 and 11. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind and searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so. So that's not allowed in IUIC. You're not allowed to search the scriptures daily to prove to yourself, right? You're not allowed to consider that these niggas might be lying to you. You gotta walk with blind faith in that thing. And you know what it is? It's a level of what are we going to call it? A level of not awareness, just uh, I'll think of a good word here in a minute. It's a level of intelligence. It requires a level of intelligence to, you know, accept anything that somebody says at face value, right? Especially when you examine, right? You examine the individual. You look at his track record, you see where he came from. You got to investigate, right? You have to vet this guy. Before I follow you, let me hear a little bit about your history, where you come from, what you're saying, right? I'm going to make a comparison, okay? Let's compare General Nathaniel, right? Which I believe is his name now, and the elder apostle Tahar. Okay, where they came from, they both came from one west. One came in before the other. One was part of another's camp, right? From what I understand. Okay, so today, one is calling the other the bum camp. The other is a multi-millionaire. Okay? So as you call this guy that you learned from the bum camp, and you got millions of dollars, right? How did you get those millions of dollars? When once upon a time, let me try to bring it closer. Once upon a time, you had the same doctor, except for what? Cornelius. That's wicked. See, we learn these things, right? There's a reason the Most High is doing. He's shaping, right, the hopeful elect. Okay? So there was a few problems with doctrine, and then the split came, right? But at one time, they were all on one accord, right? So after the split, somebody suddenly becomes rich, and you got two separate doctrines. One doctrine makes you rich. The other doctrine makes you a bum, right? Now, let's go search the scriptures and find out, right, how you're supposed to be walking in this thing. All right? And show me where it says that the Most High is going to enrich you for your doctrine. And I mean carnal money. You got carnal money, and you got the riches of heaven, which is spiritual. All right? So when you break this thing down using the scriptures, searching the scriptures, which some people aren't allowed to do. Some people are fooled by or drawn to money, riches, earthly riches, flashy, shiny shit. Okay? And guess what? That ain't Yahushua. Yahushua did not come in on a horse. It's really it's simple. It's simple. When he comes back, he'll be on a horse. So is that what you were trying to say? Is that the reason for the horse? Is that more uh, some fugazi? I'm fooling my parishioners into believing that somehow you're Yahweh. That's exactly what that is. Revelation 19 and 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. That's what you're doing. You're alluding to somehow you're Yahweh Shai. And that shit is fucking dangerous as hell. That's dangerous, man. Yahweh Shai came in on a donkey, okay? But you're on a horse. What you're saying is you're the second coming of Yahweh Shai. And that horse is not even a literal animal. That horse is talking about the chariot. So we're clearly in the time, right? Like, what am I going to speak on today? Well, it's clear that I'm going to speak on false prophets. Okay? And niggas beguiling, slithering snakes. Not even a snake, a wolf. These niggas are wolves, right? Because guess what? Snakes and serpents, they're wise, right? These niggas are wise to do evil. Don't need no bees. I got stung the other day. I tried to shoo away a bee that got caught between my fingers, and it wasn't even 1 second. 1/1000. This dude stung me. Revelation 19:11, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness doth he judge and make war. That is not you, General Nathaniel Alaga on the horse. That is not you. It says righteousness. It says in righteousness doth he judge and make war. Your judgments, nigga, are terrible. You can get up on a horse right before the fashion show. Oh my gosh. At your solemn assembly. Showing off your money. Right? On this side. Here it is. We're at the end. Everything is about to be leveled. You're showing off your money? Showing off your army? For who? Why are you marching in numbers? Why are you doing that? It has nothing to do with being humble. Coming in on a donkey. You're on the other side of that. Okay? Making us all look bad out here. Right? We're supposed to be a gazing stock. We're supposed to be being talked about, not glorified out here. All right? You got it backwards, man. And I can imagine, all you got to do is look at 10 years ago. Go back 10 years. And look at the purple and gold. And you see, you see a uniform. You see this thing building. What do you see today? You see broadened phylacteries. You see ridges and ruffles and doodads and money being spent, right? millions. You can't help but see millions. If you've been in, let's say you were in this thing for 15 years, okay? And you remember what you saw 15 years ago, then you see now, right? Guess what? The elder apostles of GMS the only thing that's different about the way they looked 15 years ago is they had, they weren't gray as they are right now. Same for me. Okay? Still got on a rough garment, right? Hell, my wife, she'll make a garment and I'm like, hey, tone that down, right? She makes some nice garments, right? Hell, I've given away some nice garments, to the brethren over the years. Because, if they need a garment, but sometimes, hey, I don't want to give away something that, is so rough that I done used it to the point where I'm the only one that likes it, right? But, a rough garment, right? It says sackcloth. Let's get it. What does it say? How is it that you get to be opposite of what it says in the scriptures? In sack. Hey! Hey! Gilbert! Salaki, bear with me. Right here, Revelation 11 and 3. Wow, apparently I've known this guy for like 15 years. He comes by on his chopper just to say hi to me, which is awesome. Call halal Yahweh Bashim Bashim. I got brothers in the truth. It's Revelation 11 and 3. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. All right? Clothed in sackcloth. It doesn't say beautiful garment.
The indomitable ghost.
Gilbert! He just called me the GOAT. So long, can bear with me. All right, Slocky. Anyway. Now is not the time. And you know what? You know what we need to be looking for right now? We need to be looking for and what we will see very soon is the elect, the hopeful elect, fleeing these rancid and obvious dictators. Anybody calling themselves a general, okay? You gotta watch out. Anybody placing rank on themselves, right? Bishop was cool, but that's not enough, right? That's not enough. We're watching some P. Diddy type shit going on. Nigga, your name was Sean Puffy Combs, right? Remember that? Remember Sean Puffy Combs? The nigga was called Puffy. That wasn't enough, right? And this nigga's wicked as fuck. See, this is how a wicked ass nigga operates, right? Sean Puffy Combs, right, worked at Uptown Entertainment or whatever, right? Uptown Records or whatever, right? And then the nigga did some wickedness and got promoted. So he promoted himself. He went from Sean Puffy, his name was Puffy, then he became Puff Daddy, right? And then after that, after the humiliation ritual, whatever the nigga is involved in, wickedness at the highest level, then the nigga redubbed himself P. Diddy. P. Diddy, right? Okay? This is what a nigga does. He exalts himself. This is clearly a nigga exalting himself. So you got Nathaniel 7, right? Which before Nathaniel 7 was Nathanialaga, right? He was Nathanialaga. And right after that, he became Nathaniel 7. I wonder if that's the point where he got paid, not to use the Lashwa Kadash, not to use the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. It's probably right there. And I'm speculating, but this is what makes sense. So you got Nathanialaga when you were in 1 West under the elder apostle Tahar. They tell the story. Then you're Nathaniel 7. Not Bishop Nathaniel 7. Not General Nathaniel 7. So, Nathanialaga. Alright? That's cool. Which would have been Nathaniala. And then Abaga. So you would have been the third. Nathaniala the third. Ga. Nathanialaga. Right? At 1 West. And then after the 2000 split, got that bag, right? Got that bag and they said, you can't use the name, right? Stop using the Lashawan Kodash. That leads to the name. You have to downplay those things. Here's your money, now go. Go flip it. Here's your wicked 6 shillings, go flip it. You're flipping your cash on the left-hand side. You're flipping your bag. You started with what? A mill? They allowed you to flip it because they can shut you down. They can shut your ass down if they don't like what you're doing. Tax evasion. They can slap some shit on you. Ask Ye. That's another nigga. Kanye West. Yeezy. Yay. Okay? So you got Nathanialaga, then you got Nathaniel 7, then you got Bishop Nathaniel. Right? But you want to be the HNIC of all Israel. You want it all. You want to be above who? General Yohana. Right? Why would you even go there? Why would they set that up for you? That was all preconceived. Well, at the Passover, we're going to introduce you a new name. General Nathanialaga. Huh? What does that do? Does that put you above Yohana? Because what's bigger, bishop or general? Right? You be forgetting what the scripture says. Luke 14 and 11. For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased. General Nathaniel. And he that humble himself shall be exalted. The elder apostle Tahar. All of the elder apostles. Not just the elder apostle Tahar. Right? There's got to be order. But see, the elder apostle Tahar doesn't walk around saying, The ISUPK under commanding general. Oh, I forgot. Commanding. This is a form of exaltation. Somebody name you commanding general Johanna. Nate, you got to do better than that. Commanding Grand Poobah, commanding general Nathaniel Alaga, Partite. What is that? I forget the movie, right? The 40 Acres and a Mule movie. Anyway, for whoever exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. Okay? Some niggas just don't understand. How is it that you want to use the pure English, but you don't even understand that? It's amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. You don't even understand the English. That's plain English. How then can you know to go deeper that there's layers to this thing? It's spiritual. You know what? It's a carnal thing to not look well into your going, or to just trust some nigga that can't be trusted, right? You got to work out your own salvation. It's not Nate's fault that you didn't vet him or check him out. You just gave him the money. You just paid for. See, it's a nigga, right, that will pay for the garment. The starter kit costs how much? $300. Well, I'm sure that if I went down to Joann's, right, and here's how it works. I'm gonna go to Joann's. I'm gonna get some purple material and some gold fringe, and I'm gonna make my own IUIC garment. No, you can't do that. You gotta. He that entereth in some other way, right? Right? No, you can't do that. You have to go through these channels to be in IUIC. You got to spend this money. You got to spend $300. You can't go the route of the bum camp. You have to have this much money in order to be in this organization. Like, Thawada Yahal Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakadash. I didn't have enough money to go that route. That's the route that you don't want to go. But a nigga will do this. Well, I'm going to go rob the corner store so I can have $300 to afford my garment so that I can be in the truth. This is what's going on over there. Clearly. It's all filthy lucre. It's called robbing Peter to pay Paul. Right? What's going on over there? See, Most High will have your ass in a whole trick bag. In a whole trick bag. In a trick bag with holes in it. Right? Because guess what? That money is not going to deliver you. So, Lucky, bear with me. So, hey, so what do, man? You got to come out of her, my people. Right? That ye be not partakers of her sins. What are we talking about? the world. These niggas are clearly of the world. Revelation 18:4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. Wait a minute. Let's start at the top. All right, because this is describing these worldly camps. What is the criterion for being a worldly camp? Well, made a deal with the devil. What deal is that? Is the 501c3? That's the first deal. You have a covenant. You made a contract, an oath. You swore an oath to the world. You're supposed to be coming out of her, my people. Revelation 18:1, the fall of Babylon. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy. That's the IUIC. Okay? What? You waxed what? Rich. Wait a minute. Okay? And the kings of the earth, guess what? Guess who's a king? Who are the kings of the earth? All right? The Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the Rothschilds. How about the lesser luminaries? Right? There are movie stars. There are rock stars, right? That are called lesser luminaries. These are the kings, right? There are rock stars with less millions than 150 million. So who am I talking about? Okay, so these are the kings of the earth. T.D. Jakes. Who's this nigga that Creflo Dollar? Okay. What's the other snake that was just being put on blast by the elder Monatezakba? I forget his name. I forget his name right now, but you know what I'm talking about. These are the kings. They're definitely, you got a Learjet, okay? What's that nigga's name? Eddie. Eddie King. What's this nigga's name that, Eddie Long. Eddie Thumb. Eddie Thumb. Okay? Eddie Long. These niggas got Learjet. If you got a Learjet, you're a rock star. You got millions of dollars. You're one of the kings. This is talking about you. All right? And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Nate, you're waxed rich. 100 million on you, not the organization. How much is the IUIC worth? That's Esau's money. Ask Kanye if that money belongs to Esau. And if you make one false move, nigga, right? What does it say that Kanye went from being a billionaire to a millionaire, right? For saying the same thing that Nate is saying. Nate didn't lose his money. Nate is doing what he's told and being allowed to keep those millions. They did the same thing at the same time. This guy marched around the Save Mart Center. What is the Staples Center? The Balfour, whatever it is. They did the same thing at the same time. They're promoting Israel, right? Kanye gets slapped on the hand, gets his money taken, but Nate, who did the same thing, right? Promote Kyrie or whatever that little psyop was, right? What do we see? We see Nate kept his money. So he was told to do that. Because if they wanted to, they could have said, nigga, what are you doing right now? Who told you to form up and march around and bring that attention to yourself? Who told you to do that? Don't you know? We could pull out the taxes that you owe right now, break your ass. We could Kanye your ass right now. We could shut you down, nigga. But no, you gotta understand what's going on. If you're in league with Satan, if you're doing what you're told, you're good. Oh, God. Hey, call off. I am not the goat of I'm not the goat of pushing this word. I am the toe. I'm happy with my position, and Lord willing, Adawan Ratazah, I get to continue until the end. My brother Azimawaf is over there on fire. You understand? So now, have I been out here for a minute? Yeah. And it's an honor and a pleasure to continue to be able to do this work. Is what the brother says. I believe I got it right. But exalting yourself is not the way. All right? Hey, we all get the same penny. What? All right? We all get the same penny. So this guy is waxed rich. It says, for all nations have drunk, Revelation 18:3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. That wine. This nigga is spewing wine. Right? Most High in Christ blessed. This is wine. Why don't you use those names? Call it on the name. Right? That's the truth. The wine is going around the name. Right? Wine is that false doctrine. Most High in Christ blessed. The kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, making deals. Right? Jumping into bed, making deals. 501c3. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Nate, you done waxed rich. You and the IUIC. Now you've enlarged your phylacteries. and you have become a celebrity. You got celebrity status. All right, brother. You got celebrity status all over the world, right? And we're the bum camp. We're being hidden. And we don't give a fuck about none of that. See the difference there? And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Woo! Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partaker of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plague." Who are the Most High's people being told to come out of Babylon? The elect. The elect of Israel. Come out of her, my people. Come out of who? Come out of Nate's camp. Come out of Johanna's camp. There, a few of the elect are in those camps. Come out of her, that ye receive not of her. Because those niggas are going to go down with the ship. Or the shit. They're going to go down with the shit. When the shit hits the fan, that's them. Hey, the fan, nigga, is on right now. And when them ships come, right, to beam us up, ain't no rich nigga. What do you, how should I say? Sell everything, give away what you got. Go give it. Sell your stuff, give it away. You ain't doing that. Nigga, you stacking. You're like this, oh shit, dollars are going away. Let me go put my money into gold. What are you doing? You're supposed to be laying up your treasures in heaven. Let's go back to the eye. Now we're coming back full circle. Here we are. What manner of persons ought ye to be? Matthew 6 and 19. The header says, teaching about money and possessions. Lay not up for yourselves treasures. This is Matthew 6 and 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. If you're a millionaire right now, what is that saying? It's saying some Snoop Dogg shit. I got my mind on my money and my money on my mind, right? There will your heart be also. Let's read that again. That's coming straight out off what is that, on Doggy Style? I don't know. Is that on? I don't know. I'm not a rapper. Matthew 6 and 21. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. What is Nate's treasure? Salakia. Where is General Nathaniel Alaga? Where is his treasure? It's in one of these banks, right? Ready to be switched over to a CBDC, wherein you will have to take a CHIP in order to deal with it. No wonder ain't no CHIPs. No wonder we in June. Where's his treasure? 150 mil. He got his, I got my heart on my money, and my money on my heart, and my heart on my sleeve. Nigga, we could see. Nigga, I see you. Right? Oh, you got millions? How'd you get that? How you get millions in this world? How you get millions in the world? It's supposed to be coming out of her. No, you're stacking. You're stacking stacks. You're caught red-handed. Though hand join in hand, nigga. You're caught out there. You're caught out there. Okay? Come out of her, my people. That's what I didn't know what this camp was about. It's about come out. We're the bum camp. You're the dumb camp. And when I say dumb, deep underground. Oh, we got an underground railroad. What? Yeah, you do. You gotta have. If you got millions, right? You ain't got no bunker. Come on. What do millionaires do? They want to hold on to their million. How are you going to do that when the bombs fall? Well, I got a bunker. We got the Underground Railroad. That was a thinly veiled reference to I got a bunker. We got bunkers. You got bunkers? That is not how you survive. It tells you that the rocks are going to fall on you. You're not going to survive, man. Only way out of this is up. Okay? Come out of her, my people, that you receive not of her plagues. You're going to receive of them plagues. You're not coming out. You can't come out. That money got you. Okay? Hey, you made a deal. Now you got to see it through. And you resigned to that. The Most High got you on that. He's going to let you repent your way out of that. You lost the oil so long ago. Ain't no getting it back. 7 demons. Complete. You're a complete demon, and we see it. Now, here's what we're saying. All right? In all of these camps, through the Spirit, there are some of the elect who are going to come out of that. This is what the other apostles have always said. Right? Through the knowledge and wisdom that was given unto them. Right? And double honors to the elder apostles of GMS. Okay? And the bishops. And the elders. All right? Come out of her, my people. Come out of that worldly group called the IUIC. That worldly group, that carnal prison camp called the ISUP camp. GOC. GOCC. It's all world. Let's go find out who's got a 501c3. We could narrow it down real quick. Where do we start? Well, we can start with the 501c3 and how much money you got in your account. So, bum camp, what is that? You must not be concerned with filthy lucre. You're okay with a rough garment. You're humbling yourself. You're not exalting yourself. You're doing what you're instructed to do. You know why? Because only a fool despiseth instruction. Don't be a fool. Okay? Come out of her. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. I got my mind on my money and my money on my money. If you're a millionaire, if you got $150 million, you don't think about your money? Of course you do. What do you think about your money? How to keep it, how to flip it, You worried about that? That's your first thought, not this truth. Could you walk away from all your money? Can you walk away from 150 mil? You don't even want to put yourself in that position. It's okay, right? Because once you got it, then what? Are you changed? Are you a different person? Oh, I could go wherever I want. Nigga, you can still die. You can still be put to death by a nigga that caught you slipping on the subway. When I say a nigga, I mean a damn devil. Devil catch you slipping and choke you out. Doesn't matter how much money you got in the bank. What happened to that guy Lee? What's his name? Lee. The creator of Zelle or whatever the fuck he created. Matthew 6:22, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. So what we got to do is make our eye single. What is that? You concentrate on this truth, the laws, statutes, and commandments. We're almost the fuck out of here. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. Guess what? In these fake camps that have sold out, wisdom, using wisdom is being a coward. Who says that shit? Who in the truth says that? Lets that escape their mouth? It's amazing. We're in an amazing time right now, where if you think you can say something like that and somehow it's okay, this is absolutely amazing. We're this close. All the signs are out there, right? Look at World War III, right? Any day now, Amalek is about to go in and bomb the shit out of Persia, letting you know we're at a whole different phase of World War III, right? The elder apostle, I just heard him in my ear on the way down here say, we're months away from Charagma. If we're months away from Charagma being instituted, how long before the hour of temptation? Okay? So at the end of June, we in June, at the end of this month, right? Two things. We're halfway through the year, right? The hopeful year that all the prophecies come to pass. And CBDC, right? Fed now, on and cracking. What does that say in the spirit? Now is not the time. Even if you had 100 million, Salakia, 150 million, right? If you had 150,000, right? What would you do with that in a year? Right? Here's the answer. Fuck 150,000. You make sure that the elder apostles have some money to put. They know what to do with it. Matthew 6:23, but if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one. You hate the name. You can't even say it. That name is dreadful unto your heathen ass. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You can't even say it. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, your master is filthy lucre, clearly. Or else he will hold on to the one, you're holding on to your filthy lucre, and despise the other. You despise wisdom and instruction. Fool, you cannot serve God and mammon. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? All right, going into what's happening with Jacob's trouble about to go down. What are you going to do in that day? When Jacob's trouble hits, guess what? Everybody's fucked. Even if you got 100 mil, what are you do? You're going to run down into your bunker and everything is all right? That's going against this, right? During Jacob's trouble, how does this apply to you? And this is Yahushua speaking. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. What about the phylacteries? Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Phylacteries. How good do I look in Jacob's trouble? Is my garment right during Jacob's trouble? Right? No, nigga, you're supposed to have a backpack on, walking out into the wilderness and being a pilgrim, not running down to your bunker. So guess what? Bum camp is the way. That's the way to salvation. The bum camp is the way to salvation. Okay? Ended on this. Isaiah 30:21. And thine eyes shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand and when ye turn to the left. Guess what? You're not going to hear that voice. You've already heard the voice that you heard said, you got 150 mil. Get you a bunker, get whoever your second in command, get the lemur a bunker, right? Iathon. I don't know the names of these people. The voice you heard is the voice of the world. That filthy lucre is what is guiding you, right? You can't hear the Spirit of the Lord, right? The Spirit of the Lord told you, give that shit away, all right? To lay up your treasures in heaven. Not how fat is my bank account, by lying and having to lie to these people and lead them astray. Hey, the jig is up, man. It's up. Come out of her, my people. Here's the message of the camp. To you dumb camps, we're the bum camp, you're the dumb camp. To you dumb camps, guess what? It's better to be a bum than to be a dumbass. Dumbass get that ass burned up. bum can't get beamed at. All right? So come out of her. Come out of that worldly, I got money fashion show at the Passover, rapping, make rap videos. Come out of that while there's still time, all right? So with that, right, we're going to say, Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shabbat Hashim Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them, who taught us His truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of men. All right, shalom.